Hello and welcome to MainDeck Masters. My name is Jacob, and today we have our very first Fusion World gameplay video. It will not be our last. Today we have James on the left playing green using Android 17 as his leader, and David on the right playing red using Son Goku as his leader. James is going to go ahead and start us out playing a Son Goku on turn 1 and drawing a card. We're going to move over to David's turn. He's going to charge a Krillin and just go ahead and swing with his Son Goku. Then he's going to play himself out a Roshi, adding a card to his hand from his life, and then he's going to play a symbol representatives of Universe 7, grabbing himself a Beerus out of the top 5 cards of his deck, putting the rest of them at the bottom in a random order. A Beerus is going to be pretty good for him if he's able to play it. It's a pretty good start from David. Don't think he's using the energy marker. Being able to use that assemble Universe 7 for free is really good off of that Roshi, so a good start for him. James is going to go ahead and charge a Turles, swing at leader with his android, drawing a card off of it. See, David is going to go ahead and take that, going down to 6 life, and James isn't playing anything. I guess he doesn't have a 2-drop or another 1-drop to play. That's a bit unfortunate. You really want those early game pieces in green because you do start, you have to take a bit of time to set up your ramp, and especially in androids, you're going to be using that Gyro's Lab, and that's going to be basically your turn 3. But David is going to go ahead and use Roshi's ability, grabbing another card from his life to his hand and playing another assemble for free, grabbing himself a Krillin. So a good play by David, getting himself that search for free and getting himself even closer to Awaken very quickly. So he's going to pay 2 here, and he's going to play a hit. When that attacks, he's going to be able to add a card from his hand to life, and then he's going to neg that Son Goku by 5k and put himself to 4 already. So he's going to be able to go ahead and awaken his Son Goku, and that he does right now, drawing himself a card and swinging at the Android 17. So a very, very quick awaken by David, going to 4 and awakening very fast. James is going to go ahead and block that attack. He wants to stay at 6 for now. He's going to charge to 3, and he's going to play an Android 20. He's going to KO it, look at the top 10 cards from his deck, and look for a Gyro's Lab. Let's see if he sees it. We do not see a Gyro's Lab. That's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. That's his entire turn right there. I mean, he can attack with Android 17 and draw himself a card, but that's not very good for him. He really wanted to hit that Gyro's Lab off of that top 10, and drawing 6 cards, putting 8 into life, drawing a couple more cards afterwards, in a 50 card deck, that's probably, he's probably looking through a third or a fourth of his deck, and not hitting a 4 of, most likely, is pretty unfortunate. But he's going to attack with his Android 17 to David's hit, not dealing any damage or KOing the hit, but just to draw a card, might as well. David is going to charge a 3rd Krillin. He's like, I don't need these Krillins. And let's see what he decides to play. He has 4 energy. If he wants to go ahead and play a 4-drop right now, that would be pretty good for him. Or he can save that energy marker for later. Let's see what he decides to play here. He's only going to pay 2, and he's going to bring out that Vegeta, the critical Vegeta. Critical Vegeta is pretty dang good. So he's going to attack with the Son Goku and draw himself a card. James is going to go down to 5. Now David is attacking with that Vegeta. It is, 15k with that critical. James is just going to guard with a Son Goku. Then Hit is going to swing at it, and he's going to get that plus 5k from the Son Goku. So if James wanted to guard that, he would have to drop, 15k. But James just goes to 4. This way he can awaken his Android 17. We do see the Gyro's Lab, so that's good. It's a turn late, which is not good, meaning he gets the Gyro's Lab, but it's not really good for him because he's not really going to be able to play anything else unless he's able to drop a 1-drop, and he used his Son Goku on defense. So he doesn't even really have a 1-drop here to play. He just drops the Gyro's Lab. 1 turn late, he's going to start ramping, which is going to be good for him. In green, you definitely want to start ramping. So if he can survive and stabilize, he should be able to be in a good position. But for now, I think he's not in a very good spot. He is going to swing with that Android 17. He's going to combo it out with another Android 17 from hand, swing 20 or 30k at the hit. Let's see if David wants to block it. So he's going to block with Roshi plus Goku's ability, putting hit up to 35k, and that's going to block against that Android 17 swing. So let's see what David does. He's, going to be able to go to 5. If he goes to 5 here, he could play a, Son Goku 5 if he wanted to, but playing Goku 5 on an empty board doesn't feel the greatest because you really do want that, that original ability, that first ability from Goku to start whacking opposing characters. But he's just going to swing with Vegeta, add the 5k from Goku. James is going to take it going to 3. He's going to swing with his Son Goku, drawing a card. Let's see what James does. Is he going to guard it? Yes, he's going to... Yeah, he's just going to play out the Gigantic Meteor, allowing himself to guard against that Son Goku. He wants to stay at 3 because he does know Red does have Goku 5, and he does not want to be in double strike range. So David is going to play out Vegeta. So this one is going to be a 30k when it swings at an opposing player's battle card. So that's pretty good. It's really good at helping defend against the board and control it. Where James is going to block with the Android 18, and David's going to go ahead and continue swinging with that hit. James is going to go to 2. Okay, well, I guess he feels like he has enough cards in hand now to be able to really defend against any of David's attacks. But being at 2 is not great. Being at 2 is kind of scary, especially knowing, that Goku 5 is a thing and that you have to block that double strike. So we'll have to see. That Gyro's Lab is going to ramp him up, and he's going to... It looks like he just paid 4, and what is James going to be playing here? It looks like he's thinking about what he wants to play. Okay, he's swapping over. He's going to play the Android 17, allowing him to play an Android 18 that costs 3 or less from his discard. So he's going to play that Android 18, draw a card, discard a card. And then I do believe he's going to be able to draw a card when he swings with this Android 18. Yes, he's going to be able to draw a card. So, he got 2 cards out for the price of 1, and he's filtering through his deck, which is pretty nice. So he did destroy the hit, and now his Android 18 leader is going to go after that Vegeta. We don't want that Vegeta swinging 30k at our battle cards at all. So David, if he wants to... Yep, David is going to defend with the other Vegeta and use Goku's ability. And then we have the... Alright, so Vegeta has been defended. David's like, yes, I want to keep this Vegeta up because it does swing 30k. And I get it. I don't know if I would have done that, but I definitely get it. Like, he wants to keep that on field for as long as possible because that can definitely help him control the field. So he's going to swing with Son Goku at that Android 18, which I'm not sure about because then if James just plays out another Android 17, then he can just get it back for free. But he's looking to control the board here. With James being at 2, I think the better play would be literally just to swing at leader over and over again because, put James to 1 and then force him to block everything as quickly as possible is probably the play here. I'm not sure because Dave is at 4, so he can take some hits. But anyway, he's going to play out a Frost and then swing with that Vegeta too. James is going to guard that Vegeta too. He doesn't want to take that life and, the critical going to, putting his life into discard is not something that he wants to do. James is ramping up. I think he's at like 9 or 10 energy at this point. So James can do basically what he wants. See him counting, and we are counting exactly the play that he wants to make. I think that's 8 energy. That looks like 8 energy. So is he going to play the Broly 8 here? No, that's 7. He's paying 7. And let's see what he drops. Okay, he's going to drop the Son Gohan 7 to discard a card and blow up David's entire field. Yep, exactly. That's why I was like, yeah, David should probably just be straight swinging at James, because if James was going to have to defend, then he would have way fewer cards in hand than he has now. And we do see that Broly 8 in James's hand. We do see the Goku 5 in David's hand as well. So David is going to be able to play out that Goku 5 soon. I think that's what he's trying to do, like control the field and then drop the Goku 5 and swing at him with the, with the double strike. But knowing that James is at enough energy to play the Broly 8 can be a little tricky because, you know, that Goku 5, if it doesn't do anything, it just dies the next turn. So we are paying 5 to play the Goku 5 with that double strike. He's going to minus 20k to the Gohan and then play the God Kamehameha. That is going to KO the... That is going to KO the Son Gohan, which, you know, we get it off the field, but Gohan 7 did it did its job. You know what I mean? It wiped the field. He didn't need to attack with it, and it did what it needed to do. So we're going to be swinging with that Son Goku as a 40k using, you know, Goku Leader's ability, and then the Goku Leader is going to be swinging at Android 17 Leader. James is just going to go to 1. Okay. He's like, yeah, you know what? You have your double strike out, so I might as well just go to 1 at this point, because if you hit me with Goku, it's over anyway. So let's just go to 1 and get that additional card in hand to be able to really, you know, make some extra plays. Because, you know, 1 extra card in hand can make a big difference. And I do believe that's exactly what James is going for. So he's ramping up some more with Gyro's Lab. And he's at quite a bit of energy, and I wonder if he's going to drop that Broly. Now that the Goku 5 is out, I really think that James should drop this Broly 8. And it looks like he just tapped 8. Yep, he's going to drop that Broly 8, and he's going to be able to deal quite a bit of damage to David, but I'm not sure how much he wants to deal to David, because David is sitting on 6 cards in hand, and putting 3 additional cards in his hand could spell disaster, especially if you're only at 1. He does have 2 open energy, and I do think that he has an extra in hand, but we're going to have to see that. Broly is going to swing at Goku, and David is just going to take it. He does grab another Tournament of Power Arena out, so that's not really going to do anything for him. He can charge it, but it's not going to do anything for him on defense, and he grabs another Beerus as well. So the leader android is going to swing, and David is going to defend against that because, you know, it's only 1 card in hand to defend against that, which is probably pretty smart from David. So I do think we're going to see this Tournament of Power Arena be charged. Yes, we do. And David does have 7 energy. So David isn't, you know, he's doing pretty well here on his end. He's got 7 energy, so we're really ramping up to the end game at this point. You know, we're going to have Leader strike Leader here. David's just drawing an additional card to see what he can get, and he's going to pay 4 for, you know, Son Gohan Adolescence. It does have critical, but I don't know. Maybe, I don't know if that's the right play. He might have had a better play in his hand, but only 25k. I would be dropping my big stuff or multiple smaller things to get more and more cards out of James's hand. But knowing that that Broly 8 is out, that is a little tricky. So we are going to see Goku 3. That's going to, he can add a card from his life up to his hand. So I wonder if he decides to do that here. He does not decide to do that here. He's just going to swing Leader, add 5k from Goku Leader, and then, yeah, James is just going to defend with a gigantic meteor. Yeah, I think not adding the card to hand was the right play on Dave's end, because he can eat a Broly 8 attack that way, because Broly 8 is swinging, what, 45k, so that's going to take at least 2 cards even with the super combo. So let's see, James has so much energy at his disposal here. He's going to pay 4 for that Android 17, grabbing that Android 18 from drop, and that Android 18 is going to draw Ditch. Can't really... he's going to play another Android 18, ditching another Gyro's Lab. So, and both of those Android 18s are going to help James draw into additional cards. He's only got 2 here, but he can easily go up to 5. So, very good play by James. You know, he's getting cards back in his hand, because if he's not able to kill David here, then he's going to be able to have some defense here. And he's forcing David to have to block here. David's blocking the smaller hits. And then that Broly's going to come in at Leader. And David's probably going to have to take this one. Yeah, he goes ahead and takes this one. Though I wonder if just blocking that one was better instead of... Well, he's not... Okay, James isn't comboing out, but James still has Leader attack here. Yeah, he's going to swing with Leader, and he's got 6 cards in hand to combo out with, and David is on 2 cards, one of them with which is an extra, and he doesn't have anything to charge. Yeah, yep, James gets it right there. Well played by James. Very, and he struggled there at the beginning, not being able to get his Gyro's Lab down on 3, so he missed turn 2, which, you know, really set him back, but he was able to stabilize and come back into the game. Well played by both players. I hope you all enjoyed this very first Fusion World gameplay content that we have. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe for more content in the future. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you in the next video.